And why wouldn't you want to be in property when we're looking at homes like that? Just absolutely stunning properties. Now we've got Matthew Cooper here, who is one of Adelaide's finest developers. Matthew, what do you think of properties like that last one we looked at? They're just awesome, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely sensational. And it makes you want to go through every property you can on a Saturday, all the nice ones, and have a look at how people are living. It's fantastic.
Well, you can tour them on TOOP TV.
Absolutely.
Matthew, I showed you, and we had a bit of a look through before the show on the Comsec's review of the budget. Anything in there that of any interest, or it's pretty boring?
Look, the whole thing was pretty boring, and obviously my big focus is on property. There were a few things there from the government. I mean, there's one sentence here from one of the first paragraphs about the changes to spending. I mean, I'll just read it out quickly for you. Spending should be cut, not curbed, so that the Reserve Bank and home buyers, obviously our point of interest, don't have to shoulder the burden. I mean, obviously the pure economists would have loved a lot of spending to be curbed to keep inflation down, but that would have caused a lot of pain for the lower areas in the economic cycle. So I think they probably did the right thing by not absorbing too many cuts in there.
And before we go to the email questions, a quick question that I've got. Do you think property's looking okay in Adelaide over the next 6, 12 months?
Yeah, I think if you were going to buy anywhere in Australia, I'd be buying in Adelaide. I think it's got quite a good future, and we're not too expensive. It's interest rates have gone up, but they're nowhere near the way they used to be, and we've probably hit around the end of the rate rises. There might be a little bit more of a rise, but I'd say the great thing about Adelaide is it's slow and steady. It goes up, but it doesn't jump 40% and come down 50% like, say, Sydney and Perth. So you're on a safe wicket here.
Now, Matthew, we've got a couple of questions. Actually, we've got a lot of questions, but we've only got time for 2. So I've picked 2 that really relate to your area of expertise in particular. The first one's from Paul Grogan. Now, Paul says, with interest rates going up, should first-home buyers be holding off on purchasing a property? So what's your advice to Paul?
Never hold off, Paul, on buying a property. The worst thing you can do is hold off rent for another 3 or 4 years, and then you're gambling that the prices won't have gone up. If interest rates go up another 0.25%, it might make $30, $40 a week. I know that can hurt a budget, but buy a lesser property, go without the plasma TV, but get into a property as soon as you can.
Now, great advice there. And the second one, which is anonymous, and you'll see why.
Oh, great.
No, it's all right for you, not so good for us. As a developer, do you get discounts on your agent's fees? And this is from Anonymous.
Well, you always try to get the best deal you can from anything you're doing. And as a developer, if I'm giving a lot of business to an agent, you would certainly be looking for maybe a better deal. It'd be no different if I went into Harvey Norman and said, I'll buy 10 TVs, and the next guy in line is buying 1. I would expect to get a better deal for 10 than the guy would for 1. So yes, I'd always hope to get a discount. I'd always like you to drop your fees as much as you can for me.
Matthew, it's been fantastic. Just before we leave you, any one tip for would-be developers out there?
My tip would be, don't hesitate. Buy, and especially buy when people are telling you shouldn't, because every time someone's told me I'm nuts and I paid too much or I shouldn't have jumped into the water, it's always been my best deal. Good
stuff. Matthew, it's been absolutely sensational. Thanks for joining us. We could have talked for hours, but time doesn't allow. So let's just, so thank you.
Thank you, Anthony, for your time.
Now let's go and have a look at just a few snippets from our 25th birthday at the Panda enclosure. Hopefully they've edited this because it was a good night. And then we'll go and have a look at some more properties just to sign out for today's show.
"25 years in real estate, I reckon that's not a bad effort. And great to see so many of the team here, nearly 200 people with the Pandas, and it's been an awesome night. So thank you so much for those of you listening, for your support, and for the team, we love you.
So thanks for joining us on TOOP TV once again, and it's been 25 years of support. We thank you so much for those that have been our clients. We look forward to another 25. For those of you that are looking for an executive rental property, we head down to Glenelg North next week. And for those looking to buy a property, SA's finest at St George's, it is a very large property. So next week, 1 o'clock, be sure to tune in for TOOP TV.